Tell me some list methods. Tell me some list methods. List methods. Which methods are there in the list? Any one of you? List class methods. Two methods. Append is there. Next, come on. Push is there. Next, okay. If you want to check, if you not remember, that's not an issue. Insert is there. Okay. Remove is there. Index is there. Index is there. Multiple methods, right? Instantly, if you want to check, simply go to the command prompt. Okay, just enter into Python environment dir of list. Dir of list. Okay, one is like append, another one is like clear, another one is like copy. Next, count, extend, index, insert, pop. Okay, push is not pop, right? Okay, pop is there. Pop is there. Okay, the next one, remove, and the next one is like reverse, and another one is like sort. Okay, now give me one example when you can go with the append method. Append, append. When you can go with the append. Append, how it is going to work? How it is going to work? Okay, by seeing this one, append is used for what? Add an element in the list. Okay, add an element to the existing list in the list. Okay, now in which case you want to go with the append? Tell me one scenario. In this case, append is like best. Append is like a suitable method to this particular requirement like that. Come on. Hmm?
Yeah,
Append.
item.
Add an item only. Give me one example.
Card in a list of cards, you can assign first.
You can press a
Add items of groceries like this. First item, second item.
okay. Okay, in the departmental store you are talking about. Okay. You can take the first item and then second item you can add. Okay, just you can add one item to the existing list. You can go anywhere. Okay, in the students, just I want to add the first student, second student, third student, like that also. Groceries you said, that's okay. Okay, next, clear, tell me. Clear, name dot clear. Okay, name dot clear. Just existing list, I want to make it like an empty. Existing list, I want to make it like an empty. Then you can go with the clear or not. Sorry. Okay, give me one scenario. In this case, clear is the best suitable like that. Okay, there has one customer, as you said. Okay, he has few items. Okay, just we added those items one by one. Once that particular customer transaction completed, the next customer in the queue, right? To that customer, whatever the previous customer items were there, you have to make it like an empty and you have to start like fresh or not. For example, okay, the existing values you have to clear it. You can go with what? New values or whatever it is, next level. Just I want to clear the existing one. Okay, next, copy. This one everyone knows. Copy. Hmm? Copy method. Why we go for copy method? Why we go for copy method?
To copy elements in
Location,
different
different location.
It's a kind of cloned list it is going to provide to you. It means the same data with different location you can get it or not. With the same data, different location. If you made any change, okay, that changes are not reflect to the existing one. The changes are not reflect to the existing one. Okay, it's a kind of cloned list. Cloned list. If you want to create, then you can go with the copy. Next one, count. Tell. Count. Okay, one value, how many time actually it's repeated? If you want to know one value, how many times it is repeated? Count of two, 1, 2, 3. Count of two. Okay, how many times it is repeated? 3 times it is repeated, right? Yes or no? Then you can go with the count. Yes or no? Okay. Next, extend. Tell me. Extend. Anyone? Value dot extend. Value dot extend. Now see this. For my existing list, if you want to add one more iterable object, iterable object is nothing but either list, set, tuple, whatever it is. To the existing list, if you want to add, okay, an iterable value, then the time you can go with this. Okay, the next one is like indexed. Index value. Okay, this is my value. Value dot index. Value dot index. Value dot index. Anyone?
of elements.
Value dot index. Which take how many parameters?
One.
How many parameters? Okay, one parameter. By seeing this one, what you can understand?
It gives occurrence of
What is the list?
specific
To find
Well, if element is there, it is going to return that list. Okay, index. If the element is not there, then the time it not, it gives me like what? That element is not in the list. Yes or no? It is going to return the index of the element or not. If the element is there, it returns me the index of the element. Okay, the next one is what? Pop. Okay, insert. Insert. If you want to insert an element without deleting, just I want to insert. Value dot insert. If I write like this, see my value. In my first position, I want to add like what? 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, in my first position, 0, 1. No, in my first position, I added like 3, 3, 3, 3. Remaining is like what? 2, 3 added or not. That's all. Okay, na? The next one, pop. Value dot pop. Okay, it is removes the last index value or not. If you specify, okay, pop maximum take how many parameters? Pop maximum take how many parameters? One parameter or not? Maximum one, at most one parameter. So here value dot pop off. What is that parameter? What is that parameter? Value dot pop off. Now that parameter is what? Your index or not? If you not mention anything, it is going to delete the last index value. If you mention the index, it is going to remove that particular index value or not. That's all. Okay. The next one is like reverse. Okay. Reverse value dot reverse. Maximum take how many parameters? Maximum take list reverse take no arguments or not. Okay. Now if I remove this one, value dot reverse, no, the value is this one or not. The existing list it is going to change. Okay. What about sort? Value dot sort. Sort take maximum how many parameters? 2 parameters or not? Okay, what are those 2 parameters? Value dot sort 1 comma 2 if I add at that time result sort take no positional arguments. Sort take no positional arguments. If it is not having the positional arguments, what kind of arguments you have overall? What kind of arguments you have total? How many types of arguments you have? One. How many types of arguments you have?
5 types:
What are those?
default arguments, positional arguments, keyword arguments, variable length arguments, keyword variable length arguments.
Yeah, keyword variable length arguments or not. Okay. Now he said like what? First one, if you observe, take at most how many parameters? At most
2.
how many parameters? 2. That means maximum take 2 parameters. But here, if I pass like 2, it gives me what? No positional arguments. Okay, it is not to take the positional arguments. If it is not take the positional arguments, that's okay, fine. Remaining how many types of arguments we have?
4.
Positional arguments are there. Okay, that is one type. Is that like no positional arguments? The next one is what? Default is there. Come on. Keyword is there.
Variable length,
Variable length, keyword variable.
keyword variable length.
Now tell me, default arguments when you can specify? At the time of calling, at the time of defining. At the time of call a function or at the time of define a function, default arguments. Default arguments
Defining.
at the time of defining. You are
Defining.
right. Defining, right. Okay. But here you are doing defining sort or calling the sort.
Calling.
Calling the
Calling.
sort. Okay, so if it is like calling sort, default arguments you want me to pass? No, right?
No.
Okay, so it is not positional, it is not a default. Next one is what?
Keyword.
3 are there. Keyword arguments. Next,
Variable length.
keyword variable length. Okay, variable length arguments. If you write like variable length argument, it's take exactly 2 parameters, any number of parameters. How many arguments is going to? Okay, how many values it can handle or hold any number. But he mentioned like what? He
2.
mentioned like what? 2. So it is not a keyword. Okay, it's not a variable length argument. So next one is like keyword variable length argument. It is also take more than one value only, but in the key value pair format. It's a kind of dictionary. So here also you can pass any number of, but here what he mentioned 2 arguments. So 4 is not suitable for this one. What are those? Positional is not suitable. He only said the next one is like
Default.
Default not suitable. Next,
Keyword.
variable length not suitable. Next, keyword variable length is not suitable or not. Then which one is the suitable one? Only one is there. Which one is there? Come on, which one is
Key variable.
Keyword.
keyword, right? Keyword. Okay.
Keyword.
Keyword arguments or not? Yes or no? If it is like a keyword argument, so we can pass like this. Can I pass it or not? Yes or no? Now I passed like two arguments. He said I passed two keyword arguments, arguments. But if you observe here, A is not what? A is an invalid keyword or not? Yes or no? So this key is not used in the sort. Okay, then which keys are using? You know, which keys are using? One is like the first keyword arguments. Order matters here, or order can be any. Order can be
Order
any.
can be
Any, yes. Order can be any. So here the first keyword argument is like reverse. Order you can put anywhere. Okay, first one is like what? Reverse. The first one is like a reverse. Just you can mention like what? True. If I write like this, now say 2, 1. Okay, the next one is like false. Can you check the value? 1, 2 or not? Yes or no? Okay. Now the second one is what? The second one is what? Second one also there or not there? Second one is there or not there? Second one also there. So the second parameter is like a function. It's a callback function. You have to pass. Okay, you have to pass like a function. Okay. Here you can mention the sorting criteria. Here you can mention the sorting criteria. You can mention. Got my point? Okay, how we can mention the sorting criteria and how we can pass like a function. I want to pass the function as like a keyword arguments, right? Okay, so can we do something like this? Okay, can I keep inside my schools? Now, where is that? This is the one, right? Tell me. You can take one example. Okay, if you want to mention the function, it's like a sorting criteria. You have to mention. So here you can take like players. One is like Sachin. The next one is like Dhoni. The next one is like Yogi. The next one is like Kohli, like this. Okay, na? The next one is like players dot sort, which take how many parameters maximum? Which take how many parameters maximum? 2 parameters, right? 2 parameters. If you run this one, you can get the error. Okay, it's like take maximum 2 parameters. You have to print that one or what? It's not showing. Can you check this? Go to programs. Write it. Players equals to Sachin, Dhoni, and Kohli. Okay. Print players. Okay. Players dot sort. Players dot sort. Okay. Here, my players dot sort maximum take how many parameters? 2 parameters, right? If you not pass, then the time what happened? nothing happened. Just if you put like 1 comma 2 comma 3 like this, then the time it is showing like the error. What is that error? What is that error? What is that error? Sort take 2 or means 3 were given. That's okay. Now I given like 2 only. Then what is the error? You can get it. Take no positional arguments. These are like a positional arguments. So here positional argument is not suitable. The next one is like default argument is always at the time of defining the function. So that is also not suitable. The next one is what? Next one is what? Variable length argument. Okay, variable length argument. Exactly, you should not mention like 2 parameters or 3 parameters. So that is also not suitable. Keyword variable length. There also I'm not able to mention like how many arguments we can pass. Okay, any number of values you can pass it. So it's not like exactly 2. So finally, which one is there? Only one. That is okay. That is keyword or not. Okay, which key you have to use? Keyword is nothing but while calling a function. Okay, just you can put like key value pairs like this or not. Okay, keywords. Okay. Now, if it is like a keyword arguments, then the type order is not a matter. But here, A is not a exact invalid. It's not okay. It's not a valid key or not. So the valid key is what? Reverse. The valid key is what? Reverse. So can I mention that reverse equals to, if I pass like true, then what happen? Okay, print the players. Okay. If I pass like true, then can I remove this one? This print is not required for me. Just delete it. Okay. Now, if I go with this, reverse is like true, then the time it gives me big to small or not descending. Now, if I put like false, then the type it is like small to big. You can get it. Okay. Now the next one is like 2 is set, right? 2 is set, right? The second one is like what? The second one, keyword arguments order is not a matter, right? So if I write like key equals to 10, okay, the second one, if I write like b equals to 10, then what is the error? Now see here, b is invalid keyword argument. B is not a valid key or not. So what is my key? The key is itself key one. Key itself what? Key only. Whenever you pass like a key, by seeing this one, previous the error is like invalid key, but now what is the error? Now what is the error?
Is not.
Now key is correct. Now key is correct, but the value is not correct, right? Value is what? If I write int, integer is not callable, error I get it. If I pass like string, then I can get like what? String object is not callable. Then whatever the value you passed, you are getting like an error is like not callable. Not callable error when you can get it. Not callable error when you can get it. Not callable error.
Is not a function.
You're right. Expecting a function but received other than function or not, then you can get it. So now settle me. By seeing this one, what do you think? By seeing this one, what do you think? My key is which type?
Function.
My key is which type? My key is like a function type or not? My key is like a function type. Okay. So if you want to pass a function, first of all, you have to create a function or not. So can I create the function? Okay. Can I create like this? Okay. Just pass, you can write it. Okay. Now can I write the function here? Fn. Okay. This guy is expecting a function. We also passed what? Function only or not. Now if you come here, what happens? Fn take 0 positional argument, but 1 was given. What it means? First one is like Fn. Okay, he is expecting. Yes. Okay. So I given this function to sort. Sort call that function by passing how many parameters? Sort call it by passing how many parameters?
2 parameters.
Fn call. Okay, Fn he is calling. take 0 arguments, but 1 was given. That means this guy take how many parameters? 1. 1, but you not handle. Okay, this guy called by passing 1 parameter. He see fn call, okay, called by passing how many parameters? 1. Okay, but how many he taken? 0. So you have to hold it or not. Yes or no? You have to hold it or not. Yes or no? Okay, now you can hold this one. Now, can anyone tell me what is the type of this valve? What is the type of this valve?
Maybe place.
Object.
Hmm?
Object.
Object. Okay. Can I print it? Okay. Type valve. Okay. When you can say object, type class name, then only it's like object. Type class name type, then the time it's like a class. Other than that, if you get any other, then the time see that. What he said? Not support between instance non-type and non-type, something like this. Okay, they're expecting some value. Okay, when you can get the non-type, can anyone guess when you can get this kind of non-type errors? Non-type.
That value is not
Value.
defined.
Yeah. Okay, one function they called, if you not written anything, what is my default written value?
None.
None, right? None. Okay, so they are not expecting like none. They are expecting something else or not. They are expecting something else or not. Here, did you okay do like any written value? Any written value you written here from here? No, right? So that one is the error. But if you come here, this is my type, right? Can anyone tell me the class str? Okay, this is which type? Class str. This is which type? Class name. It is like an object, right? Yes or no? Class type is there. It's like a class. Class name is there. Then the time it's like an object or not? Yes or no? Okay. Now here the val. How many times it's printed? 1, 2, 3 times printed. Why not 2? Why not 4? Why exactly 3 only? Why exactly 3 only?
Players contains 3 elements.
Yeah, the players has 3 values, right? So 3 times this fn called or not? Yes or no? By passing how many values? 3 values. If you want to check what he passed, say this. If you click on this, he passed like what? First time Sachin, second time Dhoni, third time is like what? Kohli or not? Yes or no? Okay, now you can understand like the sort method call this function by passing how many parameters? 1 parameter. Okay, for every iteration he is going to pass first time first value, second time second value, third time third value or not. He passed like that or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, now he is expecting what? This particular function he called, from that particular function what he is expecting by seeing this error message? Tell me. By seeing this error message, what you are expecting?
Written well.
Some written value or not? Some written value or not? So can I return something like this? Okay, for example, return 10. If I return some value, then the time is it gives me any error? Is it gives me any error?
No.
No.
No, right? Okay, the first value Sachin Dhoni Kohli, the same Sachin Dhoni Kohli, it's like printed or not? If I pass like this. So he is giving this value means you have to do something with this value or not? You have to do something with this value or not? What you have to do? You have to do something with this value or not? What you have to do with this value? Am I did something with this value so far? Am I did something with this value? No, right? Okay, you have to do, right? What you want me to do? Okay, for example, I want to find the length of the valve. Okay, if I find the length of the valve, then the time something is like changed, right? Okay, what happened? So the first one, okay, here I'm going to mention like UV. Okay, I'm going to mention like UV. Okay, Rohit like this. Now see this. Yuvi, Rohit, Dhoni, Kohli, and Sachin. That means based on this particular length, you customize the sorting, not like this. Okay, based on this particular length, first time the length is like what? 2. Okay, and then 3, and then 5, and then 5. This is 5, and this one also 5. D and K, which one is like least? D. And then 6. For example, if I write reverse is like true, then that time you can see, okay, reverse like 6, 5, 5, and then 3, 2, like that. Yes or no? Agreed, everyone? You can customize, okay, based on which value you want me to make it like order, reverse order, whatever it is, ascending or descending. Okay, you can. Now tell me something about this fn. Sort method take how many parameters or how many arguments? Sort method take how many arguments?
2.
2 arguments. Those 2 arguments are which kind of arguments? Keyword arguments.
Keyword
If you
arguments.
use like a keyword arguments, you should know about the keys. Okay, which keys you can pass? Which keys you can pass? Reverse is one key, another one is like what?
Function.
Another one is what? Key
Mode.
only. Key only the key. See here, reverse of one key and key is like one key. Okay, so reverse keyword arguments means you have to pass the key and value, right? Okay, here, what is my value? Reverse, either true or false, you can add it here. But here, the key function. Okay, this is the function. If you not pass function, then the time you can get the error. What is that error? Is not callable. So it is the function. Now my question is, this function you are giving to whom? You are passing to whom? Fn, you are passing to whom? Sort, as like a keyword argument. Now sort, call this function or not called?
Call that.
Called or not called?
It calls.
It's called. It called. Okay, how we can come to know it called? See, it is print message. Okay, print message printed or not? It's called. You are giving one function, right? Okay, that function has to call. In your hand, the variable is there. You have to use that variable or whatever you want. The next one is like if you have okay a function, you have to call it. If you have a class, you have to create an object or not. Here you have what? Here you have a function. If you have a function, the sort to call that function or not by passing how many parameters? My fn called by sort by passing how many parameters?
1 parameter.
1 parameter. If you don't know, then the time just you can remove this one. Then you can come to know, right? Yes or no? 1 parameter. What is that parameter?
Current value.
Sorry. What is that parameter? Your list
Elements.
items or not? First item, second item, third item, like this. Your list items. Okay. So first item you can get it. On which basis you want to sort? You can customize here. Okay, you can find the length. Okay, whatever it is. Which length is like least? Then the time I want to make it like ascending order. Okay, if you want to make it descending based on your requirement, you can do it. Now here you return, okay, this particular function gives me the value and return what? Simply number. Okay, in this case, just I return like a number. If it is like a number, what you can do with that number? Come on, what you can do with that number? Okay, I want to sort it. If this particular number, okay, is like less, okay, less number of characters. Okay, this particular value, less number of characters, that is coming like a first, and the next one, and the next one like this is like executed or not. Agreed, everyone? About the sort? Any questions? About the sort, anyone have any questions? No? Okay, then we'll continue remaining things tomorrow. Tomorrow also we have session. Okay, tomorrow we can start like set. Okay, tomorrow same time you can join. Okay, just complete. Okay, more frequently we are going to use these methods. Just complete it first. Okay, all these methods. Just practice. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining.